Hello YouTube. What's up, Carl Gangsters? Today's video is about you can see by the title of the video. It's how the Faze Subathon has broken me. Yes. Broke my sleep schedule. Yes, it broke my sleep schedule completely. Very, very completely. So, obviously I knew coming into the Faze Subathon, I was ready to do a lot of things. Of course, like obviously I was gonna get ready to watch every streamer that I could possibly do that I have followed or anything from the past couple months. Obviously, Adapt, Jason, Kason, Lacey, Silky, and Ron. So, again, from watching every single stream, some off, some doing some other stuff while watching them and everything, it kind of broke me a little bit. My sleep schedule completely was cooked. Because again, they were 24/7 streaming the whole entire of October. So I had to really spend my nights watching until like 2 or 3 in the morning. Completely. So obviously, knowing that had some irreversible damage to me and my sleep schedule. So obviously now it is November 11th to be exact. It's been officially a week and 2 days since the subathon has ended, and I feel great. Jason should be back to streaming soon, thank God, but his significant other has been streaming, and I will reference about that later down in the video. For right now, I'm going to go back to the start. First day. I was very excited. I was waiting for like a couple hours when when their streams got booted up. So I was ready, had my stuff ready, watched throughout the first day the most stuff I can. Couldn't do anything. And yeah, I just couldn't do anything. I watched what I could, and then throughout the rest of the days, there were some nights I'd stay late, but again, most of the time I was literally just watching. So, day 2, simple. It was the same thing. Watched through the segments, everything, and I watched this through all of Jason. So I only watched Jason the entire subathon. I catch a couple of adapts, Kason's, and Ron streams, but that's about it. Mainly Enrage when he came in late, but that was about it. Everyone else I've seen their content is from Jason when Jason interacted with them. Yeah, I'm a fellow JTW supporter, a part of the NMS community and everything. So yeah. So a couple days through, nothing like came of late. He was growing and growing in subs, same with everyone else. Until like day 8 or 7, that something very, very big, very, very peculiar happened, I will say. Not strange, but something big happened the first couple of days. One was the big leak that Silky made about his I will say his private parts, obviously, because I cannot say this on YouTube. So I'll just say his private parts. There was a big leak about his private parts. That's all I can only say. And then something else happened. So during the past streams before the subathon, there was an unfortunate happening that happened with Jason, and now I can say her full name, Sakura Shimko. Happened. They were dating in the past. They broke up, and then there were some hints thrown from Jason from a couple past streams before the subathon that kind of looked that they were dating again, but for actual this time, and actually made it kind of done it and everything. Same with Sakura. It's like she also had on her streams as well, kind of similarly hitting that they were dating. So, to further this teasing for Jason, Faze Adapt came in. So, obviously, if you've seen Camp Peak streams, you can see that Adapt was really hitting off on Jason, saying SOS, saying because dad, and some other stuff to troll Jason. After that, it cooled down for a little bit, but after that, Jason had a technique to get rid of those trolls. But on the night when he was doing stuff with Cora Jade, something big leaked. It was on the same day as National Girlfriend's Day. And Sakura accidentally leaked on her Instagram when she meant to put it on close friends. She accidentally posted a post for National Girlfriend's Day. Oh, National Girlfriend's Day. No, National Boyfriend's Day. Sorry. My bad. Now I remembered. National Boyfriend's Day. And it was National Boyfriend's Day, and she leaked saying Happy National Boyfriend's Day to Jason. And that leaked everything. So Adapt, like he was, usually trolled Jason about it. But Jason didn't know. He didn't know that the post was even posted, and quickly deleted. So, like Adapt to Jason, well, he was showing Adapt a song called Stay the Night with Cora Jade that was also simply hints to Adapt would be rumored girlfriend Tara Yumi, trolling him as well at the same instant. So while he was doing that, Adapt started to troll Jason, saying delete an Insta story with the fly gifted. And well, that turned into a sprung of things that made him a couple days later, after getting trolled a lot, made Jason have no choice to publicize his relationship with Sakura. Same with Sakura, she had no choice but to publicize her relationship with Jason. So, turned out during the subathon, they publicly were known that they were now together, and no longer as Sakura, now as just Jason and Sakura. And I'm going to keep it that way. Now, every time if I am going to be referencing them in this video and further in other videos if I do stuff more about Jason and Ween on my channel. So, fast forward a couple days after he announced that he had some other stuff planned, obviously during the subathon, On day 9, it was this. It was a perfect day for him. He was close to getting to 90K during that day. So it was a sim segment with Senna throughout the whole day. He was on 90K. So Senna, like she encouraged Jason to get to that 90K goal, which he did with very remarkable time. Shout out to the NMS. And then after that, she said, "Why not? Let's just hit 100K today as well. Why not?" So, with the powerful words that she said, it happened. A couple hours later, he literally hit 100K. So, everyone went and celebrated. You can see on YouTube his 100K celebration video. And, obviously, during that celebration, you saw a familiar face show up there, and that was Sakura. She popped up, celebrated with Jason, and then that's when they announced that they no longer want to be referenced as Sakura, and just Jason and Sakura. And put some rules down for everyone in the chat, and then also for people in the comm, just in case. So yeah. Further down the line, they will meet up again in a couple times during this subathon. A couple times. So, specifically, we move on now. So, past couple streams after that were pretty fun. Got some pretty decent stuff. And then, a couple days later, Ludwig on stream. Not on his stream, but more entirely on his entire stream. His own. Called out Jason, be like, if you do not beat my record, which was at the time 283 and 66, I think. Said, if you don't beat my record, then the subathon is a flop. And Jason took it as a joke at first, and then the more times go by and he kept thinking about it, he's like, why not? Let's make it a goal. So his goal, after hitting 100K and further on, when he hit 150, I think 130 or 150, that's when it really popped up and told him, hey, I think we could do it. So his goal throughout the rest of the subathon is to beat Ludwig's record and showing that his subathon was not a flop. So throughout the last couple of streams, he went crazy. He went try to pop off. And yeah. So I'm going to go back a little bit now. On day 2, this is the introduction of YBG. YBG, obviously but a colleague of Jason that he has known for many years. Really was a very fun addition to his subathon as a side character. Very much so that, to the point, that he was just like the 8th member of the subathon. Completely. He was so funny at some points. He appeared on basically everyone's streams at this point. Throughout the rest, since day 2 and onwards. Because the moment I felt like I thought YBG was gonna leave was actually like day 5. I honestly thought he was gonna be gone by day 5 or 6. Yeah. Because he kept teasing Jason so much about his past relationships. It just sucked for him. So I can't think that he would do too much. So obviously from that, it's just kind of harsh. So next couple days, he's pushed forward, did well. He balanced himself away from all that after the relationship got publicized. So, but overall, he was a good side character, and then everything else. Yeah, he was really, really funny. But I thought he would be gone, but apparently not. Jason really needed him at times, and I'm thankful for that. And he kept him around. He made the Subathon a lot more tolerable for some cases, for some streams that were not easy for me to watch, even despite I watched the whole entire ones. Some of the streams were not as tolerable. And I like it to be. So everything else was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, fast forward now to the point I was at. So a couple streams after, he was doing fine and everything. It was around, I think, actually I'm gonna go back a little bit now. It was around day 7, day 8. Ron decided to press the rage button because at the beginning of the Subathon, Rage did not want to participate in the Subathon at all. Did not. Completely. Did not want to didn't want to do the Subathon at all. Just didn't want to participate at all. No. So the only way he made an agreement before the Subathon as well that the only way he was only going to be in the Subathon if someone pressed the rage button, meaning anytime someone would probably press the button, and he had 24 hours to pack from Florida to get to LA and be there for the Subathon. So, in this case, YBG tried to press it, but it turns out it didn't work out. Because since he was technically not a Faze member, he didn't go. He was fine. He was free for a couple days until Stable Ronaldo started to click the button and bring him on to the Subathon. Because Ron was really missing Rage, and he thought, let's have Rage be at the Subathon. So, he clicked it, it happened, and after 24 hours, this was during the same day, like the day before the 100K happened. So, he made it. It was during the time when Jason was working a real job for, I think, like an hour and a half for a segment. So, yeah. He came, he did his thing, and then he set his goals and everything during his stream. I couldn't personally tune in, but yeah, he had some stuff. So yeah, and then a couple theories after that was not the first night shift. There was a couple night shifts, pretty good and then and there from a couple people's streams, but the first technical night shift that I went and watched fully down to the bone was the Kason night shift. I had to tune in both from Kason and Jason at the same time. And it was because the night shift was with Sakura and her friend Asta aka Ambush. So he decided to have that night shift happen, did everything. Turned out it was not a full night shift. It turned into a full just squad reunion with just Jason, Sakura, Ambush, and Kason. Completely. So, with Sakura, couldn't fully do the night shift. He decided to do. He thought, oh, I can. Sakura and Asta decided to make up Kason. Hey, we're going to try to still do your night shift on another day. It's just we couldn't do it at this time. So we tried, or not do a night shift, but couldn't do the baking. So we'll do it on another time that we could possibly do it. So they decided and waited. So on another day, they were gonna do a cake or something in between of baking that they were gonna do during that night shift because they were supposed to do that, but they decided not to. So this started the constant disappearing of Jason during the time. During the time, calling saying he needs water, knowing that, and the NMS knew that he was missing to go see Sakura, but everyone else who was not following Jason, who were just watching the Subathon for the very first time, thinking, "Where is Jason?" Saying, "Where is Jason? Why did he disappear? Why is he not sleeping even despite it was 24/7?" And I get it. Obviously, it's very hard to be on there 24/7 when you know you want to be with someone else during the night. And of course, he's a grown man. He makes his own choices. You should respect it. So, if he said he was not going to be, if he didn't want to be there, he didn't want to be there. So, I'll be one. So, they were fine with it until, like, couple days later. It was during a party for Silky's birthday. He was doing all fine. He took one or two drinks, and then after that he got really drunk. He got drunk at Sunk and decided to leave the stream and leave it to Arky to do the night shift very early. And well, the NMS were not happy. Not happy at all. So the whole chat was blaming everything except for some NMS, the core NMS that were actually just fine with it. They were fine with it, but majority of the community was not happy at all with Jason. Completely not happy at all with the situation and what happened. So Jason, the next day, he apologized in the morning to everyone when he reappeared on stream after. Said he was sorry. He couldn't go do it. He was very drunk on that day. He was even slurring his goddamn words. He was drunk to the point he was non-verbal at all. So, not what it was. He couldn't say anything. He couldn't think for himself. And yeah, he just couldn't do. So yeah, this will be the first part of this. I will film the second part and edit this later down the line. So I will cut a little bit of this. So if you see this, I'm going to transition already to the second part of me recording this video. Alright. So where I left off was, sorry if, by the way, this is me from from the next day. Then last thing we left off with literally we were talking about the couple of days of after, like second or third week through the subathon. So second week was entertaining as fun. Uh, yeah, everything was entertaining. It was exactly where I expected it to be. Stuff were pretty much solar through. So around the third week, fourth week, things started to slow down. Stuff were being obviously some of the stuff that Jason had was unplanned, unfortunately. So you had to plan it on throughout the day, like the 1v1s with Silky, unplanned, literally unplanned and went on the way. The 1v1 against Jinxie, he did that before the subathon, and then that's when the whole tragedy happened. So he canceled it and then pushed it to the subathon instead. So they went and did it, and he beat Jinxie in one game. So yeah. During the subathon, there were the little thing that kept happening everywhere in everyone's streams. Ron's piano segment. Yes. The iconic Ron segment. The Ron piano segment. Obviously, every single time they're near the piano, Ron will start playing Runaway by Kanye West on the piano. Does the piano part. And that's about it. Literally, he, from day one all the way to to the 30th, he literally learned how to play Runaway. He even had one of the persons who perfected this technique, Extra Emily, on stream. And she mocked the hell out of Ron. Completely. But I know that Emily was a Daps person, but just for that segment, she was a part of Ron. So just for that segment, decided to just mock him. And that was about it for that. For the rest of the stuff that happened throughout that day, they decided to have multiple Halloween inspired segments throughout the subathon. So they had a costume contest, like 2 or 3 of them. One with Cutie. That's where ultimately, well, Silky became his version of himself that was very, very, very creepy, and had his private parts completely hard, I could say, and started terrorizing everyone. Literally started to terrorize everyone. Everyone else was in costume, and yeah, they had a fun time. I couldn't catch up the rest of that stream because literally I had to go to sleep when they were about to do it. So unfortunately, I couldn't see it. And then they had a costume contest later down, I think on day 20. It was near around the end, so like near somewhere in the 20s. They had a costume contest. Jason was going to be Batman prior to his announcement that he was going to be Batman for the Halloween party that was going to be going on the 30th. They had a costume party before the costume contest beforehand, and Jason he bought another Batman suit, but it was not the Batman suit he had ready and set for Halloween. For that Halloween party. It was just one from literally from Spirit Halloween. Literally bought one for Spirit Halloween, bought it, took it, and just used it. That's where our DAP also had Nightwing. And during that same day, we had the Ron 3 a.m. segment. Obviously, if you were following the Subathon last year, Ron had this segment, which was just a 3 a.m. segment, just drinking. It's just potions of whatever they thought that was thinking of just to meme out of. This year, it was the, I expect you guys know Italian brain rot. So they made a potion of Tung Tung Sur. And anyone who drinks that potion becomes it. So it started off with Ron, then Rage, and then I think in the final couple moments, one of the production team drank it. And they became the meme and started just memeing the fuck out of it. There was a couple other drinks that I just can't remember. But yeah, Ron was freaked out of it. He was trying to get out of the situations. And yeah, basically that was it. For that 3 a.m. segment, by the time I think Jason either was fully sleeping or literally dipped because he's fully just left the camera on the own and left by himself to sneak out. But I don't know. Because again, I was asleep by then and I didn't know what was going on. And then, I don't know, the rest of the weeks were just fine. They had pretty good segments. Jason's recurring thing was the FL segments. So he had, like I said in earlier, Quarter Jade was one of them. Pokimane was another one. Maya was a part of one. And then, yeah. And then Jason had 2 concerts during the subathon. He had one for himself and then one for Faze. Both concerts were great. I was able to catch majority of it. One was late night, so I had to literally stay up to watch that one. The other one, I catched it all in one piece. Thank God. I did. But I did. But most of them were pretty good. And yeah. And then there were so many canceled spots. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Like the live stream, everyone, he was hyping it up himself for so long. Decided not to do it. At all. Decides not to do it. Like, what the hell? Bro decides not to do it. Decided, I'll wait a little longer, unfortunately. He had some other stuff that I can't remember. I'll probably put up the actual, like, full cancel list right here when I edit this video. So you will see that in, like, probably a couple months from then. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff that was canceled. Unfortunately, during the subathon, he just couldn't do it. He just couldn't find a time slot to potentially even do it. Because a lot of stuff were, again, unplanned. Some of the stuff were planned, some of the stuff were literally planned on the spot. Yeah. And then, obviously, the 29th, the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st were the last couple of days. So we had the award, we had the show on the 30th, The 31st was a half day, because by then everyone thought, oh, it would be perfect just to have a half day instead. And then the 29th, where I think the other stuff, what happened, I forgot on that day. But yeah, mainly the stuff was great. Subathon was fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like everyone's stuff were pretty good. So, to Jason, I didn't say much about his goal. Obviously, I did say about the 100. So after that, 150k, 130, 150 came in within the last couple of days. So his goal was literally just to break his first subathon record, which I think was 109, and he broke it easily. So after that, after a while, that's when I said in the previous part of this video that he wanted to beat Ludwig. Ludwig set him a record, set him a challenge to beat his record. It took him until like the last week or so to fully do it, but he did it. During this, I think the third week, he went and I think the second or third week, he completely went and hit 200k, and then further pushed himself to get to that record. So, and then yeah, after that, after he broke Ludwig's record, everyone decided, let's push him to 300k. Let's push him to beat Iron Mouse's record. Why not? We beat Ludwig's record. Why not just go for top 3? Fuck it, of all time. Why not? So, in this moment, he decided, why not? Sure. So he's decided to farm. He decided to farm subs like he didn't want to do it in the first place, but after a while and after some convincing from the chat, he decided to fucking said, screw it, let's farm. Let's farm. So he decided to farm and everything, and he got to his record. He beat 300k, and then he, after a little extra farming and stuff like that, it took him from the last couple of days to beat Iron Mouse's record. After a while, it finally happened. It happened around the final couple of days before the subathon ended. He beat Iron Mouse's record. It was fantastic. Everyone was celebrating. I was also celebrating. I couldn't believe it. And yeah, during also the subathon, Ron Lacey, and you could kind of say Jason, all changed their hair completely. Lacey, he had a sub goal that he could change his hair to whatever the chat wanted. Chat decided to go with hearts and purple, so he went with purple hair for a while with some hearts. Ron, for example, he had a sub goal that chat could decide whatever hair dye he was going to dye his hair. He originally started with black hair, then went to pink hair. Chat decided to go for pink. And then he made a sub goal again. The potential could just go bald. And just, if he reached this certain milestone, he will go bald. And they reached that milestone, so he went bald. So he went back to his final arc, his final form arc from last subathon, completely. Not almost completely, but close to it. He went buzz cut Moran for a little bit, and then decided to go fully fucking bald during the last week and a half, week and a couple days. But yeah, majority he was literally just buzz cut, final form, Ron, completely just final form. He was the crash out version of himself, completely. everyone was not surprised, but everyone was like raving about this crash out version of him, and obviously the only way he was gonna get to that if he had his famous gear that he had last subathon to bring it for this subathon, and he did. He had it. He had it ready. He even wore it apparently for his stuff for that week's for Silky's birthday. He wore it for there because again, Silky's birthday was also a very very clip worthy spot there. Jason saw the girl that saw a girl that he was not stalking, but she was stalking him. So he tried to get away multiple occasions. There was an instance that a girl was trying to literally ask for Jason when he was in a relationship in the first place. The girl didn't even know that because she was probably drunk as hell. So yeah, basically everything from there was pretty good. Everything was decent. I don't know. It turned out to a crazy night. Jason got really drunk on that day. Like I said in the previous part, he literally got drunk. And yeah, but I would say this for me for this subathon for them really succeeded. Everyone got to their goals, did what they did. So, and well, obviously, as you guys know, if you've seen the subathon, everyone has reached 100K. All 7 of them. Everyone hit 100K during the subathon. Case on the best, he thought he was gonna get at least 30. Adapt really wanted 100K, and he did it. He overdid it. Ron didn't expect to hit 100K. He did. Lacey, same thing. Didn't expect to go 100K. He did. Silky, 100% did not think he would get 100K at the end of the subathon. He thought at most he would beat probably like at least 50 to 60K at most. No one thought that he was gonna be at 100K at all at the end. And guess what? They did. Same with Rage. When Rage came in, he had none. He had like some subs, but he didn't have too much subs to think that he could reach 100K. Boom. Somehow with these last 3 weeks, he hit it. Because despite being a week late to the subathon. So he went and hit it. He did his thing, and yeah. The rest is history. 7-7 hit 100K. We're on the top 100, top 10 of active subs. Same with, I'm not gonna say all time subs. All time subs is a little bit difficult for him, but for them. But just inactive subs, they were 7-for-7. And I think still to this day, I think they are still 7-7. Yeah, I don't know. It was generally a good time, good day, and obviously I'm ready. I do not know if they're gonna do a subathon number 3. I doubt it. But again, never say never, guys. Like again, never say never. Things could happen and things could lead into possibly having that third subathon. So again, I'm not saying that it will happen, but it will probably. There's like at least a 40% chance that I think they'll do a trilogy, but I don't think so. I think they're just gonna leave it as just 2. But yeah. But honestly, that was it from me. I feel like that was basically the subathon. I think summarized to the best I could possibly do it. And yeah. Alright, I got some announcements to make here on the channel here. I will be doing Carl Smith this year again. Yes, I will be doing Carl Smith again. It will be 15 days, like it was last time, up until my birthday. So we'll start from the 1st all the way to the 15th. And we are also doing Carl Smith, but also on a different platform. We're also going to be doing it on Twitch. 15 days of live streaming desktops, basically. I'm going to be on this laptop. I'm going to be on Twitch. I'm going to be live streaming for the first time ever. I'm going to be live streaming for the first time ever here. I've been live before, but I've done it for TikTok, but that's about it. But this will be the first time I'll do it on Twitch. Hope you guys enjoy that in December. I will have that ready, go for you guys. And then we are still doing the year in review video every year at the end of December. We're still doing that. So expect that. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.